Let's start some seeds. It's July where we are. We still have one more month of winter. August for us is winter. We are starting our seeds pretty early, but we are just going to try that this year, see how we go, and then we can just grow from there. We've been super excited along this journey. We've spent probably about $300 in seeds so far, so we have a bunch ready to start. We haven't had room for all of them yet, but now we do, so we are just going to pop them in and see what happens. If it works for us, that's great. If we decide next year we should probably start in August instead, then we'll do that. The area that we live in doesn't get frost too much. We're not really concerned about frost where we are, so for us it's pretty simple to just grow them early.
So for us, we don't have heaps of plastic containers or organizers for our seeds. We just keep our seeds organised by season in Ziploc bags. As long as you keep seeds away from light as much as possible, I recommend doing what's best for you. If Ziploc bags in a drawer works, go for it. But if you'd like to start with a neat and tidy collection, grab some crafting organisers. As we plant our seeds, we're going to record in Excel what we plant and how it goes. Trust me, as time goes on, you'll forget. You'll forget which disease got to what bed, you'll forget what you planted, you'll forget just how bad the infestation of pests were. That information is going to come in handy as the years go by. We've tried 2 seed companies so far. We've looked at Happy Valley Seeds and we've also bought from the seed collection. We didn't have as much success with Happy Valley Seeds as we've had with the seed collection, so we definitely recommend checking them out. They have some really cool stuff on there.
So it's coming to the end of winter and I haven't had a great pea season because our dogs ate them all. And because I love my peas so much, I thought I would have another crack at sowing these peas before winter's up and while we've got these trellises put in. So wish me luck.
These are a simple idea I came up with to help us remember what we put on the trellises. It's just lined paper on sticky tape that's been wrapped back over itself. I do have to mention that some of these did leak in the rain and some held fine. Don't be afraid to think outside the box and use simple things you have at home when you were first starting to grow. After all, you'd hate to buy 50 slate tags only to find out that you could have spent that money on something more beneficial. Unless, do. It's your life. Don't let some stranger on the internet tell you how to live it. Here I'm sowing some peanuts. First time growing peanuts, I'm kind of anxious but very excited to see how they go. I'm reusing seedling trays. Definitely clean these first as you don't want to carry any diseases. Did I? Definitely not. However, moving on, we have a seed raising mixture here. It's actually filled with a lot more bulky stuff than I'd like. It would be better sifting off this mix to eliminate the sticks and barks, but I haven't. After filling up the trays, you can go ahead and read the packet to see how deep your seeds need planting. We use a spray bottle filled with water to spray our seeds after they are planted, and we use it to water our seeds as well. We like using a spray bottle so that our seeds don't get washed out when watering with something more forceful like a hose or a tap. Sitting the trays in something like an empty cat litter tray and putting some water in the bottom of the soil to absorb the water is good too. Once you have the seeds in and watered, you want to cover them. An easy way to do this is some Glad wrap. Doing this ensures you won't lose too much water to evaporation and the soil won't dry out as easily. It also helps to keep them a little bit more warm. Make sure your seeds have some access to light. We have a clear sheet in the roof of our shed that lets in some light. The shed stays warmer too than the outside temperature. We have plans to put in a greenhouse one day, but for now this seems to work well, so that's what we're doing. I used to also start seeds in our kitchen. They didn't get as much light, but they still worked fine. Gardening is as complicated or as easy as you make it. What you really have to keep in mind is what's going to be fulfilling to you. Is it important that you have a dreamy, light-filled greenhouse? If that's what's going to help you spend time in the garden and that's what's going to rejuvenate you, then I would argue that it's super important. It could even make or break how your garden grows. But if building your greenhouse is going to stress you out mentally and financially, and you can see that it's going to be a mess of unorganized pots and dead plants that you didn't want to spend time on, then totally bypass it. Think about your lifestyle and what seed starting might look like for you. The garden only benefits if you do. Really consider that. And that's our peanut seeds done. Please subscribe so you can follow along to see how these do in the garden. We have a few interesting plants that we are sure you'll love to see grow.
Thanks for watching!